Do you feel like your brand isn't going anywhere? Well, this might be due to the fact that you haven't created a crystal clear brand vision. Your brand's vision should be a big, lofty goal that is almost too big, but is still grounded in reality and attainable and should draw you towards it. You should want to achieve it. It should be something that you can envisage, so you can see it in your mind's eye. It has to be something you can see, but that you're drawn towards achieving. A great example of a big brand vision is Oxfam's A World Without Poverty. Now that might sound like a pipe dream, might sound like something we won't see in our lifetime, but it is a huge goal. And actually, if you think about it, you can envisage it. So if you can see it in your mind, if you can picture it, then that's something that is a great quality of a brand vision. You need to be able to see that picture clearly. And what Oxfam have done is created a vision that is going to continually drive them towards it, continually inspire their team to work towards that goal until it is achieved. A lot of times this is where companies go wrong. They don't have a vision that they can see, or they can envisage, or they can picture. And if you can't do that, then it actually doesn't drive action within the company to work towards something. And sometimes when that happens, you start to feel lost, and it's one of the steps towards what we call a brand identity crisis. Now, a brand vision is as much about setting a lofty goal for the company as it is about the internal team being motivated to work towards that vision. So where does the brand vision fit with regards to the rest of the internal brand? Well, we have something that we call the core brand, or the heart of the brand, and in there is the purpose, or the reason for being beyond making a profit. We then have the vision, which is the ultimate goal for the company. What are you trying to achieve? Then there's the mission, and the mission is how are you going to achieve that vision? So how are you going to reach that vision? And then you have the values, which are the beliefs and the behaviors that you act upon in service of the mission towards achieving the vision. And then you have your positioning, and the positioning is about differentiation. How are you going to stand out from the competition and differentiate yourself from it? So the vision really is crucial to the whole internal brand and how it's set up. It is the thing that you're trying to achieve. So your purpose is the reason for being beyond making a profit. Your vision is your ultimate goal as a company. Creating a compelling vision isn't something that is just kept to boardrooms and businesses. It is used throughout sports, it's used throughout politics, it's used throughout motivational speaking. It's used throughout all areas of our life. We do it to ourselves. We create goals that we try and achieve, and that is a vision of what we want to become, a vision of who we want to become, a vision of where we want to be. All these things are created by first envisaging where you want to end up. Another great example of this outside of the business world was JFK, when he said, "I will put a man on the moon." That was a clear picture. Everyone could see it. You could envisage what someone would look like on the moon, and that was the lofty goal they were trying to achieve. And if you can give somebody something they can look towards, they're more likely to rally behind you. So here are some examples of why a strong brand vision is so important for your company. Number one, it provides clarity and direction. When you have a clear end goal in mind, it becomes a lot easier as a filter system to work out whether something, a new initiative, a new employee, a new marketing campaign, whatever it is going to help you to reach that end goal quicker or not. And if it isn't, then it's something that potentially you shouldn't be wasting your time on as a company. Now, this could be a strategic partnership, it could be a campaign, it could be a new product or service. But it always reminds me of the Olympic rowing team. They had a mantra, will it make the boat go faster? And if the answer was no, they didn't do it. But if the answer was yes, they went ahead and did it. And it's the same with a brand vision. If you have that clarity of what you're trying to achieve, you can easily discount or take on board certain initiatives and ideas and decisions that are going to help you get towards that goal quicker. If you don't have that in place, which a lot of companies don't, they're confused about which road to take. And there could be hundreds of different ways you could go as a business. So if you have that focused, clear vision, it makes a lot of things easier from an internal perspective. A strong brand vision can help build loyalty with your customers, as it gives them a reason to connect with your company on a deeper level. Now, not all the times do you actually see companies mentioning their brand vision. You might be able to find it on their website. A lot of times they won't promote the vision in its fullest, but the best brands out there, you understand where they're headed. They give you a picture of what they want to achieve, maybe not in the same words as a full-on vision statement, but if I was to say to you, Tesla, you have a rough idea that they are trying to help promote sustainability and drive the world towards it quicker. So you know that from that company just by seeing how they act, how they are in the world, and the things they're putting together, the new initiatives, the things that they put money into when it comes to developing their products and services. And as a customer, if you see that and you see that authenticity, that congruence, that's the most important thing with branding, is congruence, consistency. When everything is aligned, it makes sense. And you feel that from a brand that is working towards something, that you can see that they are consistent and they're congruent. If you look at a brand like Patagonia, with what they are trying to do on a day-to-day basis and the initiatives that they do, the campaigns they put out, they're very consistent, and you can see what they're trying to achieve through the business. So it can really help build that trust and authenticity with your customers, and it helps to sort of deepen the relationship with them because they can see you're trying to do something. And it doesn't have to be on the level of a Patagonia, it doesn't have to be on the level of a Nike. You can do something in your industry or something in your local area or something in the community that is local to you, or in a cause that's close to your heart. And it could be a small cause, it doesn't have to be a huge thing. But if your vision incorporates something like that, then you can really create a connection with that community. And it doesn't mean that your vision has to be something that is looking to change the world or create a massive impact on a global scale. It can be something that affects your industry, it can be something that affects your location, where you are, it can be something that affects your particular niche in a way that's important to you, and that's what you're trying to achieve. But if you can align everything up so you have that lofty goal, your brand is in alignment with it, it's congruent, and the steps that you're taking, every block that you make as you build your business makes sense with that overall vision, your customers will feel that whether they know what your vision statement is or not. It's irrelevant. They know where you're headed and they can see where you're going, and that's the important thing. Number 3, differentiates from your competition. Your vision is going to be unique to you. It's going to be unique to your brand and what you're trying to achieve. And every building block of that internal brand starts to develop the core of a differentiation strategy and a positioning strategy. So what are you trying to achieve is going to directly influence how you're going to try to achieve it with your mission, the behaviors and the ways that you turn up with your values and the things that you hold dear as a company, and what you will hire for and you'll hire against if people break those values. And at the same time then, it will help you to start to work out how you're different. How can you position your brand so it's different? So it's a real part of the kernel of your differentiation strategy. There's that saying that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and a lot of your competition, they might try and copy your visuals, they might try and copy your colors, they might try and copy your fonts, they might try and copy your messaging. All these things they might try and emulate, and we see it a lot with our brand audits in particular industries where you have one leader and a lot of people are trying to be that leader rather than differentiating themselves. But a lot of people can try and do that, but one thing they can't do is they can't emulate or copy your vision, because that's true to you. And if they did, or if someone did try to copy your vision, they still wouldn't do it in the same way that you did. And it would be inauthentic to who they are as a company. So that's why you find a lot of businesses, they might copy the surface stuff, but they very rarely copy the internal brand. And a lot of times the businesses that are copying are the ones that are completely confused about who they are. So therefore they are drawn towards the competition and emulating as much as they can because they're trying to find out who they are. So if you're true to your vision, if you set a vision and you're true to it, it's one of the best things that you can do from a differentiation perspective to stand out from that competition. If you enjoyed the video so far, hit the like button, and in the comments let us know, do you have a brand vision? If you do, what is it? Number 4, attracts and retains employees. There's been a lot of talk recently about the importance of employer branding due to talent going elsewhere and the difficulties in retaining that talent and attracting the right talent to your organization. And one of the things that can do this is if you have that compelling vision, you can actually draw people to you, but you can also retain the talent that you have. So for example, if you went in for the first day of a job and you went to work at Nike, for example, and they said to you, right, your job is to sell shoes, that in itself would probably not be a huge motivator. But if you went into Nike on the first day and they said to you, you know, your job is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world, that's a different mindset, a different shift. And not only does it motivate, it inspires and it empowers, and it gives a kind of brief and a mandate to that individual in terms of innovation, in terms of creativity, in terms of how they go about doing their job. From everything from systems and processes to the way they talk to customers is going to be completely different based on the vision of the company. There is actually a stat to back this up, which was done by Glassdoor on a survey they did, but 63% of employees said that they would stay longer term at a company if it had a strong brand vision. Now, this is really crucial for a lot of people because most people in our lives, we want to know where we're going. We want to have an idea of what we're trying to achieve, how we're going to get there, how does that fit into our own career paths, what does this all look like in terms of going forward. When you have nothing there, when there's no vision, there's nothing you're working towards, you can sometimes feel lost, as a company does when it doesn't have a vision, but internally as an individual. So if you have a business that you go into or that you're looking at potentially joining and they have this strong vision, this idea of what they want to achieve, it can be really, really inspiring for you to see that and to actually want to be a part of it and help them to achieve that vision. Number 5, increase overall value. So a strong brand vision can actually increase a company's value because over time, that reputation, that brand equity that's built up in the company, and that strong vision helps to define not only the brand internally from an employee perspective, but it builds that loyalty and trust within the customer base. And it also allows you to innovate faster, it allows you to produce products and services that make sense with the brand, it allows you to partner up strategically through affiliates or with strategic partners in a way that makes sense. It allows you to create marketing campaigns that are more likely going to resonate with the target audience you're trying to reach, who have actually come to love the brand because of the direction you're headed in, because of what you're trying to achieve. There is a correlation between an increase in market value and strength in your brand equity. And this was found by Forbes. And essentially, businesses that have strong brand equity have a higher market value than those without. So one of the ways to do this obviously is to have a strong brand vision, and everything that you do as a company is to build upon and towards that lofty goal, that brand vision. And that congruency, that authenticity will build up with your customers. The relationship there will be trustworthy, it will be strong. And over time, the equity in the brand and the reputation of the brand is only going to improve and get better over time. And that will increase the market value of the company. So it's really important to develop that vision because it helps you in so many different ways, from the employees and the internal side of your company, helping them stay motivated, attracting and retaining top talent, to increasing your differentiation from your competitors, increasing the value of your company, and helping you to, on a day-to-day basis, work towards something that everybody in the company wants to achieve. So now you know the importance of a brand vision and how it can help your company to develop and grow and build a brand that makes sense, that's congruent, and that's on point all the time. If you want to know what's holding your brand back and what's strong about it, we actually have an assessment. It takes about 4 minutes. It's 25 questions, and it will give you an understanding of the areas of your brand that you need to work on and ones that you're already very strong in. And it will give you some idea of what you can do next to improve your brand. So if you're interested in that, there is a link in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe using the button below the video. And if you hit the bell notification, you'll just get notified every time a new video drops. The videos are designed to help you unlock your brand's potential so you can stand out from the competition and create more impact. Have a great week, catch up soon, and keep those brands unified.